Tippy time my damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking super cooldown. There's a dozen super spam simulator builds out there that can be fueled by ability spam, but not everyone out there wants or has a good melee or grenade build. Some of you guys are just all about that gunplay. Our supers are generated by two ways: over time with a set cooldown, and by damaging or killing targets. The dealer's choice origin trait is on all of our Pale Heart arsenal. Final blows with these weapons grant a small amount of super energy. These weapons can slot into most kits, and 5 of them are going to work this season against our champions. The dealer's choice origin trait also gets stronger the more of these weapons we have equipped. With one weapon equipped, we see a nut here of an increase, just 0.3% of our super energy bar. But if you can find 2 weapons from this arsenal that you like, this bonus will become 1.6%. And with 3 of these weapons, it's a 3% bonus. Just remember, this is on top of the energy we get from actually killing targets. But it's all going to add up. Here we have a tier 5 super, and in just 14 seconds, we have our super straight back to us with just our weapon kills. Our Warlocks have the mantle of Battle Harmony. This is a bonus 1.5 to 4.5% each kill. This, on top of our triple stacked weapons, can give us as much as 7.5% per kill, giving us our Warlock super back in 12.5 seconds. There's 2 paths you can go here. I like the Needles Road, as both of the Rocket Sidearm and the LMG are at the top of their slots. You do have 3 solar weapons though, so more variety. I'm a big fan of the sword. With enhanced incandescent and enhanced surrounded, you can do some crazy good damage to both peons and gods alike. Honestly though, I'm kind of like about the fusion and the AR. The well, as most of you probably know, got a fat nerf cutting its healing in half, and its damage resist was also half. But if you're okay with that and you're just that type of well lock, the Phoenix can feed us back that super energy on kills. Using the Strand LMG in the well, I can refresh my full supercharge in just 11 seconds. We've got a couple of artifact perks this season to help our weapons. One will overcharge all our weapons, and one makes solar explosions. Now the no hesitation is solar. It's loved by a lot of you out there. Personally, I can't stand the damn thing. I'm not a big fan of those bloody sperm tail bullets. This gun's primary focus really just feels like healing, and I'm after those quick kills. Ember of Combustion makes our solar super final blows ignite. If using a solar weapon inside the well, these count as super kills. I wouldn't do this though if you wanted to chain those supers back to back, as those ignition kills won't have that weapon bonus, but they will be devastating. Titans have Doomfangs. These boost our super charge from our void melee kills. Unfortunately, our Prismatic Titan has that weak ass shield throw. It's balls, but it can give us a 9-second super. On top of that, it doesn't really have the best weapon pairing, only having that Embraced Identity sniper rifle with that void affinity, so we're only really using half that exotic. So, as good as a 9-second super is, I wouldn't recommend it. If you're a Titan main, you can really use any other super, it doesn't matter all too much, but I'm reinvesting back into the Falling Star for a strong champ killer build. On Prismatic, we can make this super go as high as 610,000 every 14 odd seconds. Our Hunters have tons of good options. Nighthawk is both strong burst damage and it feeds us back around a third of our super on kills, and bonus super energy on precision hits. Only downside is though, we only really have 3 precision weapons in the Pale Heart arsenal. Light GG does class the Ace of Spades, Kvostov and the Still Hunt in this arsenal, but for the life of me, I just can't see any bonus super regeneration from these weapons. The Shards of Galanor is pretty damn good. It can feed us as much as half of our super back on those super hits. This is tied best with an 8-second super cooldown. That's pretty effing stupid. Our exotic class items can also roll this in the top slot, so we can get our Stasis, Solar, Strand, Void and Arc supers back on Prismatic in that same 8-second window. That said, if you are going to run a tether, I would probably still just go with the Orpheus Rigs, as tether distributes the energy a little weirdly. This took me around 15 seconds to acquire it. I'd also like to clue you in on a few roads I went down that weren't as favourable. The Nova Bomb got buffed, yes, but most of its strength lies with that Star Eater combo. The Skull of Ahamkara is meant to feed us back super energy on kills, but even with a whole mess of enemies, I only seem to get like a third of it back, so at the moment I wouldn't really recommend it. It does, however, though, have a buff coming down the pipeline, so perhaps we'll look into this later down the line. I had hoped the GMEGs might have been useful with this triple weapon stacking, but unfortunately it now feeds us back super energy on Ionic Traces, and there are no Arc Affinity weapons in the Pale Heart arsenal. I have though saved my favourite for last. The super spam builds are air clear builds, and the Stormcrawler does it better than any other one in my opinion. With the Storm Dancer's Brace, it's got ascending amplitude to stack our damage up nice and high, and it's going to cut that cooldown in half as it feeds us super energy back after its super is completed. This puts us in that same 8-second cooldown as our Galanor kits. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm curious, now that all you players out there have had the Pale Heart weapons for some time, what perk combos stand out for you? Make sure to thumb it if you dug it, sub if you're new, and as always, tippy time my damies, what a time.